Hey, what's up guys, it's Dan here from Life Begins at 30, and today we're doing the 7.5 month review of my hair transplant in Turkey with Dr. Cinik. I'm going to apologise for missing out on the 7th month. I've been pretty busy, not going to lie. I've got 4 weeks left in the military, so I'm trying to sort my life out before I get away and try and travel around Europe. So in this video I'm going to go through the problems that are still occurring or have occurred from 6 months to 7 months. I'll show a few pictures of the hair, what it is now. I've got some quite interesting pictures that I took a couple of weeks ago when I hadn't washed my hair for a few days, just to see what it was like, and yeah, it's quite interesting as to how thick it actually looked. I'm going to talk about the products that I've used. I've stopped using soft palmetto. I've changed shampoos, so we'll go through all that during the whole video. So first things first, I'm still getting pain, not permanent pain, only when I touch it on certain areas. There's a few lumps on my head that I can press down that are really painful still. I did some research myself on Google and found different hair transplant doctors who've talked about this sort of stuff, and they've said that it can take 12 months before, so it is probably, I'd say probably 85% nerve damage. That's what's happened to my head. So that's the first thing to think about, is hair transplants. It obviously hasn't gone wrong because I've got hair now, but the pain isn't excruciating. It's not permanent pain. It's just when I've woke up 3 nights I think in the past couple of months where my head's just got really painful, and that sounds like it's going to be nerve damage that's happened to my head. So that's not the most promising thing ever from a hair transplant, but you know, it is major surgery and they did put a lot of holes in my head, so I didn't expect any different. But yeah, so pain wise we are up to that level at the moment. So another interesting thing that's happened so far is after I took this picture here, and I wasn't really happy at the time. In the sunlight I could tell that my hair was still really thin, and you could really see through my hair, and sometimes you could just see the whole scalp. So I didn't wash my hair and I took this picture. I just woke up and took that picture, and I sent that to Sarah over at Dr. Cinik Clinic, and that was on the 30th of May, and it's now nearly a week with no response. What I noticed is that her display picture on the WhatsApp had gone. It wasn't now Dr. Cinik anymore, so whether she had blocked my number or not, I don't know. I haven't heard anything still. I've re-messaged again, asking why I've had no reply, and I'll wait back on that. I then sent that same picture literally just before I made this video to Senar, I think his name was, another technician, or not technician, but someone else who works in the clinic, and I sent him the same picture, and as I sent it he came online, then went back offline on WhatsApp. So he's seen the picture, but I've not heard any response. So it'll be interesting to see the follow-up on the response from that picture they have. I just said, can you please advise? It'll be interesting to see if he's like, yeah, we can, like they did in month 3, if you go back to that video, or month 2, yeah, we can get that density sorted out with another hair transplant. And if so, is that good enough? I mean, is this hair transplant good enough for that? I mean, I'm only on month 7, so I've still got nearly just under a year before I suppose I could complain, because they're going to give it to 18 months before they can turn around and say this is the final product of your hair. So yeah, it's another 11 months worth of growing apparently. At the moment it looks okay. It looks okay in this light, you can't really notice it, but really when you get outside you can really see the scalp, and I've took a few pictures, so I'll show them now. So you can see from the front it looks okay, from the 2 sides it's alright. You can see on this part here the hair's really just come up, so unless you want to style it like this, you can't really style it with this in this position, okay, then it looks like it looks like I've got a brush underneath and just curled it up. That's something that I don't really like, to be honest. So the hairs, I think I went through it on the last one. The hairs have been planted so they face up. So I think it's so you can literally put it into this, but I'm not a big fan. Yeah, so that's something that I'm not really happy about, is the way that the hair's been planted. But then again, I did pay for a cheap hair transplant. I didn't pay for a 15,000 to 35,000 hair transplant. I didn't expect a celebrity sort of hair transplant for the money that I paid. I think it's a natural hairline as well. It's just the hairline that is literally in my, well, what it was like before I started losing my hair. My hairline was pretty high anyway. I think if they'd gone any lower, it'd be even less dense than it already is. So it wouldn't look that right. You can see at the top picture here, you can see that the back of the head there is still balding. There's no point putting a video over there. You can see the picture there. Whether that thickens up in the next 9 months or 11 months, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah. So my friend went through and asked, why don't you spend a little bit more money on shampoo and conditioner? And I was like, yeah, probably should, because I'm trying to buy the cheapest one. So she went out and bought me a shampoo and conditioner, and so far I think it's making my hair feel a lot better. It's a lot softer because I'm actually using conditioner now, and it is volumizing the hair. So I can put that in a link below how to get that stuff. I recommend it at the moment. I've been using it for just under 2 weeks, so we'll see how it goes. I'm off Saw Palmetto. I probably will start it again. I just haven't bought any more because of this pandemic. I haven't been able to literally buy anything to this camp. So I've got still taking my multivitamins, my biotin, and my fish oils every day. I'm not on finasteride and I'm not on minoxidil. I'm still contemplating whether I would go on it later on. I don't really want to. I don't really want to take that for the rest of my life, because once you take it, that's it. You're done. You're in there and you're set. Maybe when I hit another 10 years, when I hit 40, I might start taking it. Possibly get a second hair transplant, depending on how much money I've made or if I'm rich or not. Probably not though. So yeah, so that's the things that I'm taking at the moment. Nothing else. That's it. Another thing that is a possibility to use is the hair dust sort of thing. I think Topic does one, and Go Fiber, the hair fibers. I've not used it yet. I haven't found the need to use it. I mean, I've been stuck indoors for the past 3 months like everybody else. I think I would use it in the sun, especially if I was going out on like a dinner or somewhere where I'm dressing up. But I hardly ever dress up anyway, so I don't really give a fuck. But that is another possibility that you could use. I think it thickens up your hair a little bit and makes it look a little bit thicker than it is, and I might buy some as like a trial to see any difference. And then I actually bought hair gel as well for the first time in 10 years, and put hair gel and it looks okay. I might do another video of the hair gel that I bought and maybe add some fibres to see if it makes any difference towards the hair. But you know, every single video that I've ever been with you guys, I've never put anything in my head. I've normally just woken up and just done a video. So yeah, so if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll try and answer as many as I can. I do my best always. Or I'll answer them in the next video. In the next 2 weeks, I'll do an 8-month review, and then on the 8.5-month review will be my first video starting my new life in my camper van. So that'll be interesting to see how many people are actually interested in that sort of stuff, and what type of new followers I might get from watching that sort of stuff. But yeah, make sure if you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, and you know, let other people know about this video to show them if they're planning on going to Dr. Cinik. I know all the flights are starting to open up again, so people might start getting hair transplants again. So they might be actually doing their research now, or they should be doing the research now before it opens up, so they can choose the best one. Would I recommend Dr. Cinik at the moment? Probably not, just because of the pain I've been through, and the communication. The hair, not that bad. So if you're looking for a result, Cinik might be the right person. If you're looking for more customer satisfaction, customer communication, I'd give them a 2-star, because it's really hard to get in touch with them, and they haven't really been on the ball all the time. They haven't literally been messaging me every month, asking me for, they're supposed to ask me, they said they were going to ask me for monthly updates for my hair, and they've not once asked. I think they did on the first day. I got a phone call in the second month maybe from them asking how I was, and then after that it was nothing. It's like they've taken the money and gone. We'll see what happens with these messages that I've sent to the other members of Dr. Cinik's clinic. But yeah, and then also, if I'm not happy with the hair and I message him, it'll be interesting to see what they say, whether they can sort out the density. But I'm not going to do that for another year easily, because I want to give it the full 18 months. I want to give it the time recommended that it might take to thicken up. I am only on the 7th month, 7.5 month. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, and that'll be interesting to see if I'm not happy, if they can sort it out. But at the moment, I'm happy with it at the moment. You know, I don't want to try and put anyone off. I just want to give an honest review of my time with this clinic, and hopefully you can judge yourself what you want. Go with it if you're happy with what you can see here, considering like I had no hair at all here and now I do, so that's a good thing. There might be better clinics out there. I can't comment on the other clinics. I can read a lot, and I can read reviews and stuff, but I did a video on reviews and how unreliable they can be. So watch loads of videos, have a look at different clinics, figure out which one you think is going to be best for you. If the Cinik Clinic is good for you, go for it. If not, have a look at different ones. And then, you know, that's the sort of things that you need to look for. But yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.